I know they hate it. Struggling that life, looking aggravated. Got straight to the money, no procrastinating. Buying anything I want, life's a vacation. You can tell by my walk, I'm activated. Don't make me do it. Don't make
me do it to him. Don't make me do it to him. Gets me every time, that. Love it. Absolutely love it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the greatest show ever. It's always the greatest show when the commissioner and I make an appearance anywhere. But you are tuned into across the way from the US to the UK, myself being Vietnam, and Trill being the USA. Dollar Bill, introduce yourself to these good people.
What's going on, everybody? It's the commissioner. What's going on with everybody out there? How y'all doing? We live, baby. We live. Talk about it Tuesday.
Let's talk about it Tuesday, and we have a lot to talk about this Tuesday. All right. Now, obviously, this is the very first week with the 5-day schedule. Obviously, you had that special episode earlier on today. Thank you to our guy, I believe it was Amin, who donated a lovely £3. Like I said, no donation is too big, no donation is too small. We appreciate and we love all the support that everybody gives us every single day now. Isn't that right, Trill?
Yeah,
love the people, Trill.
5 days a week, man. It don't get no better than that. 5 days a week. You know?
It doesn't get any better than that for the people, and it doesn't get any better than that for us right now. But before we, what a show we have a lot today. My gosh. Let's just hear from the sponsors real quick.
What's going on, everybody? Boxing Bros for Life is the commissioner of Ray Trilogy, representing that iBoxingHub family, rocking that D-Rock clothing. You already know what it is.
I don't even know. Do we have the full promo vid for that one? I need to check that one there. That didn't sound full of everything. However, 40% off your total purchase from D-Rock Clothing. All right. Now, Trill, what a show we have for the people today. There's been a lot happening. We had the press conference yesterday. However, as always, I will let you lead us to the land of milk and vegan sweets.
Nah, these things are not my treats. These are for Sav. Actually, he likes these little things right here. These lamb and sweet potato biscuits things. He likes it. It's got a lot of preservatives in there. All the ingredients I can read. You know. Yeah, I like these treats. I like these treats right here. Here you go, Sav. Good boy. Here he is. Yeah, man, Ricco, 5 days a week across the way. Today is Talk About It Tuesday. Man, yo, I'm still riding high from yesterday. You know? I'm still riding high.
Congratulations again, by the way.
Yeah. I'm still riding high, man. Can't wait to go crazy. Can't wait to go crazy in the gym. Yeah, man, so I'm chilling, man. There's a lot going on. There's a lot. I don't know where do we start? There's all these fights being made. Okay, let's talk. We're tapped in with the Haneys, right? So let's talk about them first. Let's talk about Devin and Ryan. You know, there's a rumor, that the lawsuit was dropped and the fight is on. You know, now my question is Devin still going to take the fight in March, April? Or is he going to wait for later on in the year to go in there with Ryan?
I would say they're both going to fight towards the end of the year. And they're going to have a fight now, coming up March, April, just to feel themselves out at 147. None of them can make. Ryan's never made 140 in his life, so there's just no point fighting the rest of your life at catch weights. I think you've said this as well. We get it on at the end of the year. Both of you have a good, decent fight I think if Ryan got away with having that exhibition, then yes, I think there would have been a possibility for that, because I think Devin would have probably just went straight in there, even though I wouldn't have recommended it. But you know, you can't tell people what to do, especially the Haneys. That's one thing I think we both learned about. Shout out to Uncle Bill. But yeah, I think there's going to be a fight first first half of the year, March, April, and then both of them are going to get it on in the summer.
Yeah, I think that would be good for Devin, actually, to get in there and get a little bit of the rust off and get a win in before he goes in there, help with the confidence a little bit going back in there with Ryan after the no contest. It's good. I think it's good. You know, if it's because that's what I was saying before. That was one of the things that I had disagreed with. I was saying that it was a bad look. Yeah, business wise, it was a smart look, but the perception of everything, you know, it didn't look so good, especially the way the culture of boxing is right now. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a good look. So the fact that he is dropping the lawsuit and he's the one that was pushing this fight, and you know they had Bill and him waiting for Ryan after it seems like
see the heckling. They are like the worst ops to have.
They really want to get back, and they want it to be fair. Like they feel like they were wronged, and they want to get it back fairly. You know, so we're gonna see with this rematch. I think it's good. It's gonna answer a lot of questions for a lot of people. You know, now if we go in there in this fight and Ryan is able to duplicate or even come close to duplicating what he did in the first fight, you know, people are gonna, you know how it's going to be. But if Devin goes in there and do what everybody thought he was going to do in the first fight, you know, that would help Devin's case.
I feel like that's where we're headed. I feel like you feel the same as me in terms of the lessons learned from Devin going into that first fight. Just a circus, wasn't it? You know, just the whole thing was just a circus. It was just all over the place.
But that was another. That was actually one of the things that I didn't get to ask Bill. That remember I had posed a question to you yesterday. I said, do you feel during that interview with Bill Haney that we left out some questions? And you say, yeah, and you got an opportunity to run down on them and ask him those questions. I didn't get to ask him the question because later when I watched the interview back, that's when I realized, like, dang, I didn't even ask him that. One of the questions that I wanted to be about was accountability. Yes. He kind of alluded to it a little bit, but not really. Accountability as far as, you know what I'm saying, he wish he would have did his due diligence as a trainer and as a father, not letting certain things squeak by. Yeah. But I'm talking about the full accountability of the whole situation that occurred, you know? Of course, there was certain people that wanted to see the fight. He answered that for me. Because I was, like I said, I was totally against the fight, you know? The thing was that the accountability was that you knew all these things. You said all these things prior to all these things. Y'all end up becoming.
Shout out to Mr. Neutral. Shout out to our family over there at Boxing Media Hub.
Yeah, we gotta do some really, really, really great with them. The accountability, you know, like everything that perspired before it became to, like, you know, they would say, see, we told you, yeah, we told you, yeah, you told us this. You know what I'm saying? But you take accountability for it though, because you said that Vernon was crazy. He even said it here on our show. All the antics that he was doing, he agreed with you. You know what I'm saying? He agreed with the weight thing. He agreed with what they were saying when he was saying, yeah, he's on something. Look how he's acting. He's on something. Y'all said all this, and you still went through with the fight. You know? I'm like, did Devin underestimate Ryan? And did that backfire? That was the question that I wanted to ask Bill, and I didn't get a chance to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure he would have definitely answered that.
We will 1,000,000% get a chance to ask that question and many other questions actually, because I'd like to get Bill back on across the way from the US to the UK at least on a monthly basis. So I think it's
Yeah,
always good.
I feel like with everything that happened, like he knew it, but he still thought that he can win. He went through all this.
It's hard for me to, because we've seen all the pros and cons and everything like that, and we've added it all in there. Like I feel like the whole
And he tried to
ingredients for that meal.
and then reading back, he tried to we seen Devin do something that people thought he wouldn't do, but that doesn't make it okay.
Okay.
That doesn't make it, you know, like I get it, but everybody else was saying that was crazy. Like we were saying that was crazy when he was saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna meet you in the center of the ring." He was like, "Come on, Dad." But I was like, maybe just it's some mind games. I didn't think he was actually gonna do it.
For me, I would have if he came in. How many pounds did he come in? 4 pounds overweight. Like I can't. That's a lot, man. And plus, you're on other spices and all these type of things, and that's a lot. So for me, it's like, and I understand and I agree with you, Trill, to a certain extent, where
That
I feel
underestimating, right?
no, he did.
Yeah,
He
that's
1,000,000% underestimated
it.
it. But in terms of keeping the fight on, I understand why, and I get it, and it's also where, you know.
No, I get it too.
He's young.
I
Yeah,
get it
that
too.
we're
Take that
completely there. Like,
accountability. You take that. You took that risk because you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because you take all that. Like the same time when Danny Garcia fought Eric Morales that last time, they knew Eric Morales was on the juice. They knew he was on the juice, but he figured like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? I can beat this guy. And Danny Garcia went out there.
Do you know what Josh Taylor? Josh Taylor said what? Obviously with the whole suing Ryan thing or whatever like that. Quick side, I think that's just a ploy to get Ryan back in the ring. That's what I think that kind of was. But Josh Taylor was like, obviously when the whole suit thing comes out, there's obviously a lot of backlash towards Devin because of the lawsuit or whatever like that. With Josh Taylor, I think he, retweeted whatever like this, whatever. Big up everybody in the chat. Let's get some discussions going. We're talking Haney Garcia too, and he said, and Josh Taylor said, what a vagina. I fought this guy and he was on pens and I beat him up. This is not a badge of honor, you guys, man. This is your lives at risk, you lunatics. Do you know what I mean? The whole point, if you could take peds, they'd be legal, right? So do you know what I mean? Like there's just so there's it's I feel it's strange, True, and I want to get your opinion on this because I feel like it'll be a strong one. Like, I feel the fact that people are against Devin Haney for following the rules, and so for Ryan for disregarding the rules, also, that's where I kind of find a line and draw a line in the sand as if to say, like, this isn't right. Regardless of, yes, Devin took the fight, semantic, everything's there. But for you guys to actually think it's right for what Ryan did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what it was from the beginning, right? You gotta understand there's two types of fans. Okay, there's people that know boxing and follow boxing and watch fights that are not famous, right? Mm-hmm. Then you have the casuals. Okay, And the casuals watch the big fights. The casuals know Ryan Garcia through TikTok and Instagram. Those are the ones that's driving the narrative. And those are, listen, in order to do record-breaking numbers, in order to sell big fights, you need casuals. You need casuals. So when you start, a lot of people that's giving Devin and Coleman that these guys only watch, they started watching that fight. Those are probably the first fights that they watch. I know kids that I mentor that was talking about this fight. You know, never watched boxing, but they knew Ryan from the TikToks and stuff. Watching him punch people in the stomach and stuff like that. They do his little videos and stuff like that. And he was like, "Oh, he's fighting." They seen it. Okay, he fought Tank. The first time when they was big, then I was like, "Damn, Ryan really a star when he fought Tank." And everybody was saying like, "Oh, he gonna beat Tank." All these little kids was telling me he was gonna beat Tank, and I was trying to tell these kids like, "No, it's not. It's too soon for somebody like Ryan." You know what I'm saying? Ryan is still working on certain things. I thought that Ryan signed a check that his behind couldn't cash. You know? And I was right in that one. Now when it came to Devin, it was the same way. They was flying, oh, you know, well, this is different, you know what I'm saying? But Ryan, this is casuals are behind Ryan. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So people look at it like this. Like, even, like, you know what's so funny? You know what I'm saying? This is how you know, right? Like casuals are the reason why Mike Tyson and Jake Paul did those type of numbers. Casuals was the reason why people thought that Mike Tyson can actually have a chance of winning. It wasn't people that watch boxing. That's why that sold like that. So Devin Haney getting these hate from certain people about Ryan, it's because a lot of them are casuals that don't know the sport. Because of course, if somebody is cheated, you know what I'm saying? If somebody is cheated and everybody knows he's on roids, yeah, they're gonna be like, no, that's not right. Then you got some people that just don't like Devin Haney for certain reasons. It has nothing to do with boxing.
I've never seen anything like it.
Has nothing to do with boxing. Has nothing to do with boxing. Maybe they were Lower Machenko fans. He got hate from that. He garnished a lot of hate. I know a lot of people that like Devin, but after the Lomachenko thing, they didn't like Devin. Like, Devin was supposed to be like, hey, you know what? The belt belongs to Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? Lomachenko really
all
won.
the decisions the Lomachenko won, like a 23-year-old kid facing the best.
Yes, but you got to understand this. He got a lot of hate from that. Like, stuff that's out of his control. Remember, we talked about it during the interview. Devin got a lot of hate for things that's out of his control. Yeah, of course, he rubs certain people the wrong way, you know, with the type of way he was moving and stuff. But he's young; he's gonna find his way. You know what I'm saying? We can't talk about, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know how he's wearing and the choices that he's made. He's young; he's gonna make mistakes, stuff like that. You know what I mean? He feeling himself. He got a little bit of money. That got nothing to do with boxing. Every time he went in the ring, he showed improvement. You know what I'm saying? He went in there and he did what he was supposed to do. He won. He got rocked with Linares, still came out and won. He went in there, tough fight with Lomachenko. Yeah, some people thought he lost. But the judges, the people who matter, they won. Nobody is attacking these judges. They know these judges' number. I mean, they name. They know these judges' name. They're not atting them every day saying, you losers, you losers. They mad at Devin.
Which is the problem.
They mad at Devin.
Which is the direct problem.
They mad at Devin for the judges scoring it for Devin.
Absolute weirdos. I can't lie. That's the strangest.
He gets hate from that, right? He gets hate from that. And then besides, not only that, you have people that hate geographically and culturally.
Hate those guys.
Yeah, you got the geographical races, and you got the and I don't like to bring it up too much, but it exists. It exists.
Oh yeah, it will be until there's no borders. That'll always exist, like forever. But yeah, I mean, just to kind of summarize, because there's 3 other big ones that I kind of want to get to on the show. I hope that they do manage to sort out for the end of the. From what we understand, it's pretty much a thing that is going to happen.
Shout out everybody in the chat. Shout out to
Shout out everybody in the chat.
Shout out Trey's in the building, Eric in the building, Mr. Neutral's definitely in the building. Shout out to CJ. CJ says she's casual enough to know I love. That's what's up. That's what's up.
No, say the whole sentence. Say the whole sentence.
Say it. Casuals. CJ casuals run this sport. If you, in order to have record breaking,
I love Daniel Dynamite Dubois, is what she said, and I don't blame you, my lovely. There's so much to love, so little to hate. We have also that was a major day for boxing yesterday, Trill, man. I want to get your thoughts on another potential fight. One I not very fond of, obviously, because there's other things that both men could be doing. However, when the Sheik wants it, the Sheik gets it. Okay, we got Bud Crawford.
Listen.
We got Canelo.
Sheik,
2 of your faves.
Turkey out of Sheik, right? Turkey out of Sheik. If he got the money to make it happen. He got guys, listen.
He could bring world peace if he wanted to, I swear.
Turkey out of Sheik, man. Listen, man. I don't know. Much respect to him. Listen, Mr. Turkey out of Sheik. You know what? I'm gonna write you an apology. I'm gonna write you a public apology.
Yeah.
Ricco, you're hilarious.
Nah, you're hilarious. You need to apologize to that man. You need to hold his hand. Do you know what it is?
No. Listen. We're not holding hands, but that's my man. I'm gonna give him a dap, and that's my man's. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell him to his face. You know what, Turkey out of Sheik, I was wrong about you. I was wrong about you. And I apologize. I didn't. I just jumped right out the gate. I jumped right out the gate. And I took, the things that you were saying at first as disrespect, but you knew what you was talking about. You knew at the end of the day that money talk, and the rest walks. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that. Turkey out of Sheik. And not only are you compensating these fighters well for hopping in the ring, you're actually putting on good events, good cards, and competitive fights. So I want to applaud you, because I came on here and I did some mean talking. Well, actually, I stopped once I found out, he was a little ill. That touched me right in the collarson. So I said, you know what? And it made me step back and do some homework and look at the stuff with an open heart, And then I realized, you know what? Turkey ain't so bad, You
had a heart to heart.
Yeah, I had a heart to heart. I said, Turkey ain't so bad. You know what I'm saying? He's giving people the fights that they want to see, and we're not mad at that. And I love boxing, and he's giving me the fights that I wanted to see. So I had nothing wrong with that. And he's compensating these fighters. He's not ripping them off or nothing. These guys are running to go fight for Turkey out of Sheik. They're running to go fight for Turkey out of Sheik. But they're going to be competitive. You're just not handing over no free bags. They're going to be competitive fights. You're going to earn them. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't come prepared,
free money.
You're not prepared. You know what I'm saying? You might get Gerald
That's correct. That's
You
correct.
make the euro.
I mean, I'll quote him. He said only once every 60, 70, 80 years does a fighter go through a whole 2 eras and comes out of it undefeated. It's once in a generation, and people have to be comfortable with the fact that people lose. I think it's more the fighters kind of need to be comfortable with themselves with losing and have the attitude of rebuilding when they do lose, because that seems to be the biggest kind of thing at the minute. But I feel like it's getting weeded out as the time is going on. I feel like boxing progresses 1,000 miles an hour for like in a day, and then maybe a couple of days there might not be anything. But yeah,
I pose a question to you that I posed to Bill. I said to
I
Bill,
love
I said,
questions. I love answers.
do you think that social media does more harm than good? And he says no, because transparency and stuff like that, and you get to see the fighters for who they are, and also stuff like that. But does you think it hurts a fighter having to go online and have to relive seeing yourself be KO'd and made a meme of? Does that, because boxing is a lonely sport. Boxing is really a lonely sport. You know what I'm saying? And you're the only one in there getting punched in the face. At the end of the day, you're the only one in there getting punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? Then you put all this hard work and everything into this, and then just one slip and you get knocked out. And you want to come back strong, but your confidence is shot because you go online and you have to see these memes and stuff like that, and it's crazy now. Back in the days, fighters didn't have to deal with that. Back in the days, fighters didn't have to deal with
you
that.
see yourself in the paper once, and that was it. You could live your life the rest of the time. Like, just that one screenshot on.
Yeah. Do you think that it hurts them? Do you think that that's the reason why some of these guys are afraid to put it all out of there, because they're afraid to become a meme?
My pushback to that, and I have two.
No. Do you think
do you know what? In my personal opinion, it does, depending on your mentality. Okay, now you could become a meme any way, shape, or form by just doing nothing. That's how easy that's how easy life is influenced by the internet, bro. But the main important thing that people need to understand is that it doesn't last forever, right? Literally, we are temporary as a species, because we'll think.
Oh no,
Literally,
a butt whooping lasts forever.
No, it lasts forever, and you might get that on the anniversary of the. The game is the game, man. The game is the game. You can't, like, it's part and parcel with the whole thing. I think that should even fuel you to try, just to be better, and because if you have that highlight reel of you getting knocked out, and then you come back like a Fundora and do another knockout like that, no one's talking about him getting iced, right? And now he's going to be fighting Spency Boy. So perfect example. Fundora gets iced, comes back, ices the Australian. Samoan as well. No long thing.
Yeah, I didn't really see too much of it. Hate goes towards certain individuals in the sport. Like, certain guys can get knocked out and it's fine. You know what I'm saying? But others, like you said, can't.
Yeah, but there's also people, Trill, that influence the fire of the hate of set individuals. There's dedicated haters. In it. There's people dedicated. There's someone who will just be like, oh.
Listen, there's people that get money. There's people that get money.
Yes,
there's people that
by
get money
hating,
for it.
engagement, impressions. They also, again, don't worry about it. You lot.
Yeah,
just
there's
keep
a lot
on
of
going, man.
Yeah. There's plenty of people, that just they make a living.
Both.
They make a living. off of hate. I just
That's
can't.
crazy.
I
That's
just
crazy. I
can't.
can't.
Listen,
I don't have enough hate to last that long.
listen. I can't wear that jacket. It's too tight.
It don't fit me. I can't wear
It
leather in
doesn't.
the summer, bro. Like
Yeah.
I just it's sort of you can't
Nah,
wear a coat in
it
the
don't fit.
summer.
It don't fit. I like to
Uh,
smile and have fun, and you know what I'm saying. Like because I realized something. Like it's the craziest thing. People be like, "Yo, Trill, you come from this, that, and the third. Why are you the way you are? Why are you so respectful and you this, that, and the third, and this, and so happy and positive?" Because I realized something. It is really a trick of life. Like, yo, listen, yo, I'm not no wizard. I'm not. And like, listen, it's the truth. You get back what you put out. Honestly, you show love, you're gonna get it back. So much time when I was doing bad things, I was putting out negative energy, and I was getting negative energy back, and then I'm sitting back like, why me? Why me? You know what I'm saying? But then when I really started putting the positive energy out there, and really living it, I started receiving a lot of love, more love than hate. I see guys making the same comments that I make. You know what I'm saying? And the person that get cussed out, you know what I'm saying? But they was like, come to me, they be like, oh, I don't agree with you, Commissioner. That's because of the energy that I put out. I don't put out no disrespectful energy. So there's no way I should get it back. You get back what you put out.
that
Message?
is the law of balance in life. You hear that? You get free life lessons over here across the way, you lot, man. Aren't you
Yeah, yeah.
lucky? So Canelo Crawford, damn it.
Yeah. Are you really excited for this fight? What do you think? Are you all right. First predictions, just I don't know. Just tell me who are you rooting for?
I am rooting for Bud Crawford to
You're
go in
rooting
there.
for Bud?
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
want
I'm
Bud
rooting
to
for
win.
Bud, and I
You want
believe
Bud
that
to
Bud
win?
can win, and I believe
Okay.
that
You
Bud
want
will
Bud to
win.
win and you think he can win.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do tell.
And I've been consistent on this for the longest.
We're gonna get to that, big boss. We're gonna get to that. Yeah, I know how you feel about Saul, and you said you think
I like him.
yeah.
Here comes the Mexicans. Oh Christ.
Oh man,
I,
that's
I
crazy.
I I really like him. He's Canelo, innit? But Bud, I got Bud in it. I need Bud to do me a solid. And I reckon he can do that though. So yeah. Viva
And this is
La
solid.
Bud Crawford.
Here's the thing. I was just on the space, and I had to give Terrence Crawford his flowers, right? I think Terrence Crawford is a tremendous fighter.
Hey, disappointed
Um,
me. What I do?
a
Oh,
pound
Karen.
for pound fighter, an elite fighter, a special fighter. You know, and I have nothing bad to say about Terrence Crawford, and I think that he has a lot of gifts. But everything that I said about Terrence Crawford can be said about Saul. And not only that, he would be the bigger man. So just on that alone, I got to go with my man, Saul Canelo Alvarez. I think that the weight will be too much. I respect Terrence Crawford. Maybe he should have took a fight at 160. Maybe he should take a fight at 168 before he goes in there. I think that would help him. But to jump in there with Canelo after having a tough fight at 154, and now you want to go up 2 more weight classes, I think it's going to be too much. I think it's going to be too much. He's going to start getting hit everywhere. We seen what Canelo has done with these guys that's coming in the ring almost 200 pounds. Where did he put them? On their behind. And these was guys that's big enough to take this punch. I think this is too much. They make weight classes for a reason. That's why Saul Canelo Alvarez wins this fight. They're both 2 elite special fighters, pound for pound, first ballot Hall of Famers. But they make weight classes for a reason. Respectfully.
I respect it.
Moving right along. Did you see the beef going on? Big Boss already mentioned it. Did you see the beef going on between Tank and Bud?
What is Tank doing? I mean, nah, Trill. Honestly, he's a headache. He's honestly a headache. Like, instead of moaning and instead of doing all this type of extra stuff online and like, mate, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to replace Shakur Stevenson.
We only have to deal with it for 6 weeks. I don't know why everybody bugs out about it. I think it's funny. I think it's entertaining. And we know we only have to deal with it for 6 weeks. Then it disappears. And then it'll come back for another 6 weeks to this before a fight. This only happens 6 weeks before a fight. And then he's going to delete everything.
He deletes it now every time because I have Tank's tweets on alert. Just to see which one he deletes and which one I want to add to my folder.
Listen, Big Boss just let us know that he just deleted another one. This is what I'm trying to tell you. He's in there. You got to understand, man, when you're in camp, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you what goes on in camp. It's boring. You can't eat the foods you want. You know what I'm saying? You got to eat some of the food that you don't even like. You can't even get enough of the food. You don't feel like you're full because before that you was piling your plate up. Now you're doing portion controls, and then portions start getting smaller and smaller, especially if you're trying to reach a goal. Then you're sitting in there. Then you're around guys. When you are around people, you're around nothing but guys. You can't get the warmth and the love of a young lady. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You can't expect that's a lot. You can't get the, you know what I'm saying, the love from a young lady. It's enough to drive you crazy. So this is what Tank's outlet is. He gets on Twitter and he just lets those Twitter flingers fly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro,
I don't take none of
download
that
like
stuff
World
serious.
of Warcraft or something. Like,
I don't take none of that stuff serious. You know he's over there just stressing, pulling his hair out.
How are you gonna tell Bud mentioning his fact? Because like this is the thing that I see. I don't know if Bud actually checked that tweet, so he could have deleted it, and then Bud's not gonna see the stuff that he said about.
Yeah, he probably wrote it. He probably wrote it and was like, nah, that's too much.
Nah. No, but he posted it. So someone screenshotted it, and it's gonna be online, and then Bud's gonna see it, and then he's gonna do a TO. I'm coming to your gym.
Yeah.
I'm coming to your gym in your camp. I know you've had small portions of food.
Somebody screenshotted it.
Bud will say, I'm gonna give you a knuckle sandwich.
But you know what it is. He deleted it. You know, it's probably the banner got too far. You know how it is.
Oh man,
because they were going back
even
and forth
the
for a little
tweet and
bit.
delete thing.
The banner got a little too far.
Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson never deleted one tweet. He just kept everything there for a record of life. Shout out to people calling him Twitter.
But he doesn't say things outrageous. He doesn't say things outrageous that could take sponsors and stuff like that from you. Like Tank be saying some things that could be a little bit out of line and could get him in trouble in other ways with other communities and stuff like that. Tank be going, so I see why he deletes some of those, and shout out to Bud. Bud is not no pushover. Bud comes with
Bud
it too.
will
You know
find
what I'm
him.
saying?
I don't know if this is. I hope this is
Bud
banter.
fires
I
at him
hope
too.
this is just hilariousness because
You know what I'm saying?
Bud will pull up at bro's gym like it's nothing, and
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. They just more like,
they need to stop playing with Bud.
yeah. I just think, banner is cool between the fighters if y'all gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? I think banner is cool with fighters if you're gonna fight. And then if you're gonna fight, I think the banner is cool as long as no women, no kids. You don't talk about somebody's wife, mother, and you don't talk about somebody's kids. Those things or dead ones. Other than that, it's fair game. It's fair game. You know what I'm saying? There got to be a level
Bro,
of
what did
respect.
Boss say? Boss said what? He just deleted another tweet mentioning Bud's family. This is the thing. Like,
Yeah, he got to delete that.
it was fun. I never. When you first kind of started doing the thing, but I get marketing, I get all of this or whatever like that. But if you read the tweets, like, I don't know. All look, I hope it doesn't get serious, and I hope it doesn't get go in a stupid direction. And I hope it's just all jokes and stuff like that. And big up to both men. Bud Canelo seems to be happening now. I don't think both of them are going to go straight into that fight. I think you'll possibly get one Canelo fight and a Bud fight, possibly a one, maybe.
Oh yeah,
just over
Canelo's definitely
160 or
fighting in May.
So I think Bud is definitely going to fight, and it just depends.
Canelo's
Obviously,
gonna
if he's
fight in
staying
May.
at one.
Maybe.
Depends if he's just.
I'm guessing. I know when I brought this up many moons ago, everybody thought I was crazy. Everybody thought I was crazy. I said it in all these spaces. I said this could be the little bit of maybe I could be guilty of a little bit of fanboyism. You know what I'm saying? I said maybe I could be guilty, but I wanted to see Canelo go get his belt back, the IBF belt back. You know what I'm saying? Before he goes and fights anybody else. I said, go get your stuff back. Go get that IBF back. I know William Skull is not, known and is not a name, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like go get your belt back. Like I feel like Usyk, go get that red belt back. Both of y'all, go get that red belt back. You know what I'm saying? And be undisputed before y'all go on and move to the next situation.
Well, I mean, his name is in history as the very first undisputed champion at 168. So
he could be 2-time undisputed at 168.
So nice, so nice.
Dose.
He had to do it twice. So nice. They had to do it twice.
For real.
I'll rate that. I'll rate it. I like the Bud fight, man. Like obviously, I do know there's weight classes for a reason. But then again, you look at the likes of Roy Jones going all the way up to heavyweight. Coming back down like heavyweight.
That was different. Roy went up there to fight John. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
It was just different.
I get what you're saying in terms of the quality of the fighter.
He was a different athlete. He was a different athlete.
I know what you're saying in terms of the quality of the fighter and everything like that. Obviously, Bud was going to fight Jamel Charlo. He fought Canelo. It wasn't. I didn't hear so much about the weight classes thing from. Huh?
When with who?
When Canelo fought one of the Charlo brothers at 168.
Yeah, it
and
was.
Obviously, he didn't perform, and then Crawford would have fought.
Everybody was. I don't know where you was at, but for where I was at, everybody was calling it a cherry. This was a cherry. This was a cherry. He was fighting a smaller guy. People were saying that Charlo was a smaller guy. You know, like this is what's going to happen. Here's the thing. This is the thing that I think too is going to happen. I think if Crawford happens to win, I think it's going to be a tough order. If he happens to win, he's going to be heralded.
Absolutely, as he should.
I don't think Canelo will get much props. People think somebody will come out the woodworks. Oh, he was still a smaller guy coming up. No different than when he fought Amir Khan. Something like that.
Thing, but how small though? Like you look at the walk around, you look at I get obviously the weight classes aspect of everything. I know what people should rehydrate to, depending on height and weight and everything like that, depending on the weight they're fighting at. You have a guy at 135 who's 6'2". You know, you have
Canelo has been beaten on guys, right? Even though Canelo's going to be shorter than Bud, right? Right? Because Bud's 5'8", Canelo 5'7" with boots on. You know what I'm saying? With some Timbs on. He 5'7", right? So he's going to be taller than him. But you got to understand this. Canelo's been fighting guys 7-footers. 7-footers. Where he got to punch up. And their chin is where he be punching. Like, Bud's chin's going to be where the arms and stuff and shoulders where he be having to hit these fighters. That's where Bud's face is going to be.
That's what I'm saying. Canelo does the extraordinary. We can also believe that Bud can do the extraordinary also.
Yeah, but can Bud take these punches from this guy that's been up here punching these guys in these higher weight classes? Can he take this punch? It looked like he was having a hard time at 154. And that was only one fight. And then you want to
Madrimov is no mug. Like, he's arguably top 3.
Do we know that? We'll see February 22nd.
Well, true. I mean, considering that obviously he was the champion at 154, great fighter. I rated Crawford heavily for that win. Yeah, it was.
We thought that Crawford was going to stop him. Everybody thought he was going to stop him.
I don't know. I couldn't believe it like that, man. Madrimov is just no mug at all. He's very, very, very serious. Like, having seen him, he's very good and he's tough. He's Kazakhstani, I believe. Yeah, man. He there's no way Bud was just going in there, walking him through in his first fight at 154, and he won the title at a higher weight class in his first fight there. So, and with inactivity as well. So I'm saying there's a lot of things to factor in there where I'm like, all right, I fancy Bud in this one.
And not just obviously, still, who has he fought since?
Who, Bud? When was the Madrimov fight? The Madrimov fight was towards the latter end of last year, I think.
Madrimov is in another fight.
Oh, it's Uzbekistan. So big up, Lucy.
He's gonna be in a fight.
Yeah, and he's obviously fighting Jamel Ortiz, Virgil Ortiz. So if he beats Virgil,
before Bud gets in there with somebody, look, I think Steak is just a tall order. Shout out to Bud. I don't make it a thing to bash fighters.
You're not bashing.
No, I don't bash fighters. That's not one thing. That's something that I'm never going to do. I'm going to always
intellectually based opinion.
Respect where it's due. You know what I'm saying? Do I think Terrence Crawford is amazing? Yeah, I think he's number 2. Number 2. I got my list. Hold on. I normally don't do this, but I wrote my list down, and I was gonna shock
you
people.
Write everything down.
Yeah. But I wrote my top 10, my pound for pound list down, right? And I normally don't do this, but I'm gonna share it with you because I think that this is important. I'll do the top. Usyk is number 1. Crawford is number 2. Inoue, number 3. Beterbiev, number 4. I got Canelo as number 5. Now, I rate Crawford higher than I do Saul. And I'm telling you, I don't think that he can win. Both of these guys are talented, elite special fighters. I just believe that they make weight classes for a reason. We're gonna see it. The same way what happened with Cal Brook. Cal Brook he's that dude. Cal Brook is the man. Cal Brook is the man. I'm telling you, Special K. Special K before the broken orbital bones.
Yeah, he was probably the best bowler in the world.
Come on. He was handing out them brownies. You know what I'm saying? You get a brownie. You get a brownie. You know what I'm saying? He was handing out those brownies. He wanted to test himself.
But I can't say that he's on the same level as a Crawford, even prime for prime, if I have to be honest.
Even so, right? But they made weight classes for a reason. You haven't seen.
I get that argument. I agree with you. Like, I want it to be known. I agree in terms of the weight classes.
Normally, somebody that comes up, they don't come up and fight somebody like that. We're crapping.
Unless you're special.
We're crapping on Lamont Roach coming up one weight class, and he's a champion. Hold on, we're crapping on Lamont Roach, and he for coming up one weight class, and he's a champion. But not for the other guy, and he's coming up 2 weight classes. Something's not right here. Weight classes only matter in that one. That one, and not this one. No,
I can't akin a Lamont Roach to Bud Crawford as no
I'm
matter
not
how
saying,
much I
you're
try.
Saying the weight.
I'll be real.
You're saying the weight. And I don't. And listen, I'm. And once again,
but no, I don't want it to be a thing where
I don't want people to think
I disagree with you.
No. You don't have to listen. You don't have to agree with me. You picked who you picked, and I everything that you said, I agree with. I agree with everything that you said, Ricco, and why that you're picking him, because I think the same thing. But everything that you said can be said about Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Absolutely. That elevates my argument in the sense of Saul is able to do that. I get what you're saying in terms of the fact that yes, Saul can do it to the big guys, but then Crawford, obviously being that of the lower weight, can he handle the punches that Saul's been distributing?
He got in there with a big guy.
Now,
the last big guy he got in there with at 154. The last big guy he got in there with 154. That was a tough competitive fight. We want him to go to 168. And think that he's going to dethrone. It's going to, if he does it, he should be praised. This is it. This is the shock the world moment. If he does,
and if anybody could do it for me,
I just think it's
a Terrence Crawford. For me personally, if I thought, like,
if he can, like I said, if he can do it, this is it. This is it. But all his accomplishments and everything else, this is it. This is 3-time undisputed. If Canelo do what I think he's going to do, go and grab his belt back from Skull, and then he'll go in there with Crawford, he'll be 3-time undisputed. People will be saying he's better than Floyd. Maybe not resume-wise, but accomplishment-wise.
Absolutely.
They're going to be saying that he's better than, you know what I'm saying?
I don't even think that there would be that much of an argument in terms of I mean, obviously there would, because obviously the Floyd fight, but I mean, to do that from coming down from that weight class? Oh my God.
He'll be 5-time champion, 5 different weight classes, undisputed in 3. He will be considered better than Floyd.
Does he replace Usyk on the pound for pound number 1?
He would have to. He would have to.
That's where we get into the good discussions, like with that. However, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have reached. Do you know how quick an hour goes, guys? Like, it's just when time flies, when you're absolutely having fun and doing what you love to do. And there's a episode coming out every single day this week. Trill, tell the good people.
shout out to everybody in the chat that came on. Like I said, Mr. Neutral is in there. Big Boss is in there. Miss Yogi is in here. We have Lucy in here. Yeah, CJ was in here. There was a lot of love in here in the building. Of course, Trey is in the building. JDM was in the building. Eric was in the building. Everybody's in the building. I just wanted to shout y'all, let y'all know I appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing that love. Yes, like Ricco was saying, thank you for tuning into the new Across the Way from the U.S. to the U.K. We'll be on 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. You know, so now we'll be able to talk boxing with y'all more, and it'll be spread out, so we don't have to rush through anything. You know, we'll be able to, you know.
We didn't even get to all the good bits. We got through 1.5-ish.
Yes, you did see us this morning. You did see us this morning. I don't know, we had a technical issue yesterday with the episode. It didn't come out when it was supposed to, so it ended up coming out this morning. That was actually Monday's episode. So now this is Tuesday's episode. We're alive.
Lucy's just like, oh my God, these guys are be running it. No, Lucy, no, just once every day.
Now, yes, and the love has been real. The love has been real.
Sensational.
The love it's been crazy. I was just talking to somebody. It was like, yeah, it's just been crazy. Everybody that's been reaching out to me, I'm being hit up by people I've never thought that I've ever have the opportunity or been able to speak to before. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy that the people that have reached out to me and say they like what I'm doing and stuff like that. You guys would be like, whoa, these are the guys that y'all retweet. The guys that y'all retweet are hitting me up. You know what I'm saying? The guys that y'all are talking about.
Tank Davis is in there, just like, hey.
You guys that's in y'all spaces, you know what I'm saying, that y'all mention about on y'all podcast, that y'all talk about, these guys are the ones that say they like what we're doing. So, you know what I mean? I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed, man. I couldn't be ever happier. You know what I'm saying? And I got my co-host Ricco here, and we plan on doing some great things, man, on the new Across the Way, US to the UK, 5 days a week. I'm blessed. I'm blessed, man. I'm just here to show love, man, and pass it on. You know what I'm saying? Positivity and pass it on. How you feeling, Ricco?
I'm feeling like I would like to pass on a promo video with the discount code positivity. Remember, guys, catch us 5 days a week. Trill,
please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. You can check us out on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to kick it, holla, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, chop it out. Kick it with us on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And you can hear our podcast on all major streaming services. You know, you rocking with us, the Commissioner, a.k.a. Trill. That's Ricco, a.k.a. Mr. BanterNBoxing. It's Across the Way, the new Across the Way, US to the UK. Yeah.
No.
Feels good. We're gonna go to Boston and Cali on this one. Level up on these niggas and I know they hate it. Struggling that life, looking aggravated. Got straight to the money, no procrastinating. Buying anything I want, like a vacation. You can tell by my walk, I'm at